Alright, welcome back to Section 8. I think this is Mission 7. Looks like the road got eroded and then became a highway again. Alright, here we go. We gotta clear the checkpoint. What is this loadout? I hate that they keep fucking replacing my loadout. They destroy their sensor array. There's an AA turret. I'm gonna see if I can take that shit down. You ain't taking fire. Taking a bullet to the head. Getting a pool of your own blood to drown in. Bye-bye. It's a pretty big map. I like that. So all this shit is animated. It's not just, you know, a still image or whatever. They actually put a scrolling texture on that. They didn't have to, but they did. Also like that crescent moon. That's cool. So that's the thing. They didn't have to actually add lights and other cool little metallic shit to this highway, but they did. And that's awesome. That's another thing I really used to like with these designs was the old minimal design used to actually have dirt and dust and like grime and wear to it. Now it's just completely fucking sterile. If you even get that. Like, it's going away, and thank God, because that was a horrible fucking eyesore the whole time. Now people are going back to Arrow, but I still don't think that's the way. Not entirely. Like, how about you do kind of maybe like what Windows 11 does, but, you know, better. So that is to say, you don't actually lock it down. Just use that the way that looks. Do something new with the skeuomorphism, I guess, and then actually try to do something, you know, as opposed to just copying something from 20 years ago. Like, yeah, I like Arrow and all of that stuff. It's good. But these shouldn't be the only two lanes we have. We gotta try something better. But also just make sure this shit works. Like, I would rather they innovate as opposed to just reiterate the same shit, so. I'm gonna defend this checkpoint here real quick. But as I was saying with Windows 10, like, people will vaguely say there's bullshit with security updates and then act very official about the whole damn thing. And then they'll also, like, shoehorn in some bullshit political fucking statement, as if anyone cares. Just which version of the software makes my game run and, you know, doesn't have a bunch of fucking spyware in it? A version from, like, 2017. 1709, in particular, is probably the fastest on my computer, but I use 1903 because a lot of newer software doesn't work on the old one. Right, this dude's right on top of me, so... Excuse me here. Thank you. Locked on. I like that lock-on system. That would be pretty handy for sniping, too. I'm gonna heal myself. Thanks to, thanks, Graves. You're just teabagging me. Graves is putting his ass in my face. Yo, mother. I like that they put flies under the light signs, too. That's some good attention to detail. Or not flies, moths. Walking Dead Survival Instinct is actually another game I really like. They didn't do many Walking Dead games from what I could tell, or if they did, they didn't market them that much. Do we fucking... How? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I got caught up talking about Windows 10, so I failed the mission. Alright. Oh, I just straight up have a shitload of money. I didn't know that. Alright, this time I've got a new plan. My plan is very simple. I'm gonna see if I can shoot all this shit. Set down a supply depot of some kind, and then defend the thing. This loadout is horrible. Maybe I can use the enemy supply post. Yeah, I'm curious, can I? I cannot. Excellent. Aim for the weak spot. Alright, well anyway, the thing that I liked about Walking Dead Survival Instinct was, it's actually pretty accurate to the TV show. I thought the multiple choice stuff was pretty good too. Maybe the graphics were kind of like a Wii game, but otherwise, that was probably the only thing that I thought didn't look particularly good. But I could understand that, because it was like, okay, I guess they're just making it look like it's a game from the Wii, so maybe the Wii was their target platform, and then that just didn't work out, so. As for the story, it was whatever, but like, there were multiple choices and bonuses, so. It was like, probably the one game they actually tried. Then Overkill made a game, and that totally fell apart because it's a live service piece of shit, so. The usual. Now, let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's within the range of an AA gun. Fuck's sake. Where was the AA? Oh, there was another AA gun up there. Alright, well before I fuck with this checkpoint, I'm gonna go destroy that piece of shit. Alright. Well, auto boosted. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Ammo depleted. Just go up here real quick too. Is there anything in here, or is that just the... I think that's the AA gun. There we go. Oh, he's got his shields up again. Seems to be kind of inconsistent. Sometimes I can pierce through the shield, sometimes I can't. Alright. Alright, let's place his supply depot right here. Excellent. Most people, I think, don't understand when they fuck around with technology, that they can use it a lot better than they tend to. Oh shit. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, time to fucking try and actually hold this point this time. But with technology, people tend to kind of underestimate their ability to do shit. Because a lot of people are like, oh shit, I can't do this on my own. Why? You can't do this thing or that thing on your own? Why? Why can't you? Who's telling you you can't do shit on your own? I'm gonna tell you, most people actually don't want to do shit together, so... You do enough shit on your own, you'll probably actually get shit together done pretty quickly. People start to notice that sort of thing. Like, for instance, Rogue Planet. I don't have a budget. I don't have a team of people. Never have. Turns out I really don't need it, because I tend to find that a lot of that shit just straight up isn't helpful. If you do your shit right, well, you can make a AAA game and pretty quickly. All by yourself. Shit, I gotta defuse the hack. Come on, help me. There we go. Excuse me there. And just gotta blow you up. Hope you don't mind. Awesome. Oh, there's a bad guy over here. Alright, but anyway, as I was saying, a lot of people tend to underestimate the shit that they can do on their own. They're like, oh, well, I can't make a AAA game on their own. I can. What's stopping you? I'm using Unreal Engine. Oh, well, I don't know how to code. You don't need to know how to code. I don't really know how to code a lot of shit. There are tons of resources and all kinds of tools out there. If you don't know what you're doing, you can figure it out. You have the internet, don't you? How are you watching this video if you don't have the internet? Oh, well, I don't have any talent, time, or dedication. Yeah, you got all three, but you just don't give a shit about applying yourself. I gotcha. So, in truth, you don't really care about the issues that you talk about if you're not willing to do anything about them. That's why I think video essay channels are fucking stupid. Most times out of not, they'll just sound a big smoke alarm and nothing will happen. Nothing will come from it, because they don't actually give a shit. They want to make a big stink over what really isn't a big fucking deal. And, you know, that's the way that they want to get their shit. Excellent. That's the way they want to conduct themselves. I like this hacking system where you don't just, you know, take the control point, you hack it. So that way there's something more active to it than just sitting there and fucking standing around. Alright, nice. How much money do I have for this shit? Not much. Kinda spent it on the supply depot. Alright, where's our objective? Okay, it's over there. No, wrong way. This way. The objective is the exclamation mark. Symbols, colors, numbers. Shiny. That right there. Even animated that shit too. That's nice. Little butterflies and little moths. You got space moths. I mean, hey, Halo 5 had space bugs, so I'll give them that. There was like big ass space armadillos and little manta rays that you know, crawled around on the ground. You could blow them up with grenades and shit too. Worms and other stuff. Like Cortana made that like whole ring world into a, you know, artificial place that made natural life. That looked pretty. Like, people will say, oh, I didn't like the 343 art style, and then retroactively they'll be like, yeah, that looks pretty. I don't understand this shit. You do or you don't like it? What the fuck is the whole hold up with the fucking way it looks? Do you or do you not like the way this fucking thing looks? Because honestly, I do. I like the way it looks. It's big, chunky, over the top, and really fantastical. And I like what they've done with the place. Alright, time to disable this by arming the bomb. Bye-bye. Like that too, the camera shake. Halo Infinite, I don't know how the fuck you spend so much time and money to make a game that is that expensive look that horrible. Unless you were under about 17 different substances. which is probably the only thing they spend the money on for the budget. You need to have copious amounts of cocaine in order to think that any of that looks okay. I mean, I pretty fucking vividly remember when in 2016 Doom looked fucking great and wasn't just the same shit. No, it was actually doing something new and then mixing that with something old. It was like trying to be a successor of sorts, not just the same shit but worse, though it looks slightly prettier. Doom the Dark Ages looks awful and fucking runs like shit. It's another funny thing that they're just trying to add TPM modules to everything. Like, at this point, they might as well just not even fucking sell you the game if they want to lock this shit down this much. Like, why even bother selling the damn thing? If you don't want people to play it that badly, you might as well just not fucking bother. That's a great solution. If you want to stop having people bitching and complaining, just stop making these bullshit fucking games that are broken, have 500 microtransactions and all this other shit. Go do something else. You clearly want to get into spyware and surveillance. How about you go work for one of those camera companies that keep spying on people? I'm sure they would take you easily with all of this technological experience that you allegedly have. Oh, nice. Alright, time to go take checkpoint 4 here with the big suit. 2 tangos. There we go. Got him. I guess some rounds are just armor piercing and others aren't. I really don't know how it's supposed to work, but that would be my best guess, because I shoot them with the light machine gun, and it seems to pierce their armor. If I shoot them with this, right, that's piercing through their armor suits, and then kind of damaging their shields, but it's mostly damaging their health. Also, the melee is helpful, but, I mean, I'd take a grenade over a melee, so... West and southwest. Tank squads. Oh, excellent. The mech versus the tank. This is the mech warrior. Coming in to absolutely smash and destroy these motherfuckers. Search and destroy. Oh shit, they're coming. Got an operator. Mech versus mech. Shit, they blew it up. Some rock'em sock'em robots. Shit, I gotta make sure this dude doesn't shoot me. Just lay the hurt on. Well, or not. Repair this thing. It's got a lot of health. I'm gonna set this next to the station here. There we go. Come on here, buddy. You can do it. Would be nice if I could just get a tank. I wonder. Nope. 140. Yeah, I can't get that shit. Damn. Okay. Yep. Oh yeah, it most definitely needs repair. So I'm going to do a bit of repairing and hope this works, because if it doesn't fucking work, I'm going to be pissed. So my plan is I'm going to repair it to about that, and then Hopefully I can run past this tank if it's not in there. Security breach. Oh shit. But yeah, it's like, that's the thing. They clearly care more about fucking spying on you and treating you like a criminal. Because they just assume you'll always want to pirate shit. No, if you did your job right, I wouldn't be doing any of this shit that I am. I wouldn't be making a game. I wouldn't be doing any of the shit that I'm doing now. If they did their job right, I'd be playing the new stuff, and I wouldn't even think about playing this old shit, because it's old and bad and outdated. And inferior to whatever cool new stuff they're doing now, because they've made a much better game and a much better product, or series of products instead. But that's not what they've done. They've done every fucking wrong thing they possibly could and decided to blame me for it, even though I'm not the motherfucker who makes this game. I'm not the motherfucker who makes that game. I'm the motherfucker who makes my own game. If I screw up my game, that's my fault. If, Microsoft screws up Halo 7, Return of Cortana's Asshole, or the return of degenerate furry Tumblr art that they decide to make into their next game, well, that's not my fault. That's their fault. They spent the time, money, and years of development time and cocaine and whatever the fuck else on fucking up their Halo game. That's their IP. They're more than welcome to fuck it up any way they please. That's not my say on how they run their shit. That's their say. They said they want to fuck it up, and they're going to. And so they did. Which is a real shame, because it's something that myself and many others, many millions of other motherfuckers, really enjoyed. But nobody has stepped up in about, 15, actually almost 20 years going on. About 15 years to, you know, challenge this bullshit. Nobody's actually stepped up and made their own Halo, so it's always some kind of bullshit with anime, it's always some bullshit with CRTs or whatever the fuck else. And it's just thrown in there because, oh, don't you remember that thing being good because it was old? No, I remember that thing being good because it was good. It was a useful tool, and, it was a helpful stepping stone to get to better technologies. If you're just doing this shit for the sake of fucking novelty, then I don't care. It just feels fucking weirdly patronizing. Like, how about you actually say something interesting about this? For instance, I didn't know this game existed, but it reminded me a lot of other games that I played, like, Halo Reach or fucking Star Wars Battlefront. I think games like this are cool because they're big and they're grandiose and they do awesome shit. And a lot of that stuff that I had gotten back into PC gaming with when I was a lot younger was in a lot of older games. So, if you want to say something interesting and add something cool to the conversation, why just state a bunch of bullshit trivia in your fucking nostalgia game? I thought the whole point is that you're catering to me. The whole point is that you're fucking trying to get me interested, but it just feels like you're just stating things, and therefore I'm supposed to actually care about them because you said I should. That's the problem I have with every game now. They just focus on what is happening and not why. Why does this thing matter? Show me. Well, I think Modern Warfare 3's story matters because they show me all of these people dying. They show me the brotherhood and friendship of Soap and Price and how all this is built up to, its conclusion at the end where they go after Makarov, who started all of this shit, facilitated it, and you go hunt him down. It matters because it's World War fucking 3. It matters because, all of this shit in here that you're doing is ending the saga where it started. Price becomes the very person that he wanted to kill, Makarov. He becomes a terrorist at the end, out for personal revenge. It's a sword that cuts both ways. It matters because it's a fun joyride with an epic conclusion. It's a satisfying and good experience. Like, think of it this way. It's the same shit they talked about in Halo 3. Is it more satisfying to be told this thing is happening? Is it more satisfying to see it in a cutscene? Or is it better for you to do it yourself? When you make that decision, you're taking away the agency from the player. They don't even fucking bother with that anymore. If anything important fucking happens, they don't even show you, they don't tell you. It doesn't even fucking matter. You're just supposed to know it magically. Who cares? When I played Modern Warfare 3, it was the first fucking Xbox 360 game I ever got into. I love it. I didn't get too many of them, but I enjoyed the ones I did play. And because Xbox One and all these new things came out, I just assumed naturally those things would be good. They never were. I never enjoyed them. They never wanted me there. They hated me. Nowadays, they're just making it more fucking obvious. Why would I go reward you if you're doing a bad job and on top of that you don't like me? I wouldn't. I'm going to go do something else that's better with my time. So, little anecdote there, you know. Is the game just bad because it's a fucking, broken piece of shit? No, it's bad because it also doesn't like me. And I could go do something more fulfilling. I think a lot of people are catching on to that with Xbox Game Pass. Xbox had the one thing with Game Pass, or they had that one thing with Hi-Fi Rush, but the rest is awful. Who cares? The only reason I have an Xbox One is because the games are fucking cheap, and the consoles are like $40. The only reason you get an Xbox One, or any kind of Xbox console now, is because nobody else wants it. Because they switched over to something better, or just did something else with their time, and they don't want it. Is that really the legacy that empire should have? No. It shouldn't just be fucking resorted back to thrift stores and bargain bins. Without this, you wouldn't have any of the fucking new tech. They wouldn't have any of that. It's like taking the foundation out of a house and then trying to build bullshit on top of it. Doesn't work out. I think that legacy and that power vacuum should be filled because I know nobody else cares to do that. So, just figured I'd document my time with this stuff. It's pretty neat. I'm not doing it for views or attention or money. YouTube pays you like $2 fucking. This channel has 260 subscribers, and these Let's Plays get about 5 views, so let's be real. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. I'm just saying bullshit. Feel free to call me out in the comments. I know you won't. Anyway, later.